and it's another day at the bar right here on Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. This is where we give you everything politics, sports, entertainment, and everything else in between. Today is not going to be any different, as we're going to be talking about quite a number of things today. Sports is still on the front burner. It's safe to say that FIFA is kind of wicked. We're going to be talking about quite a number of things today. Champions League fixtures, Champions League games are back. The playoffs are in full gear today and I think tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at those as well. Interesting news coming from that. Also, there's a lot of news, a lot of updates coming from the National Assembly we're going to be talking about. We talked about it at length yesterday. We're going to be talking about it. Mr. El-Rufai is in the news. Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, he's been in the news a lot. The AFC, we know he has been in the EFCC custody since yesterday. I think as at an hour ago that I still saw a report, he's still there. And there are quite a number of conversations that has been coming up about him, about time where he was governor, about his character, for and against. There's been one or two protests here and there about him as well. So those are things that we're going to be talking about today at the bar. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with us. My name is Dolupo again, and with me in the studio is Sola and Fola. Go ahead with your cheesy remarks.
It's not cheesy.
Oh, they're cheesy.
It's not cheesy.
They're horribly cheesy.
Hi guys, it's another thankful Tuesday. Glad to be here. Always thankful to be here with you guys. Even though some people don't want me here. Onto you.
What? What?
You know, even though some people hate on my being here, but it's fine. It's fine. We move on.
You know I can relate, right? Thankful Tuesday. Boomba, thankful Tuesday.
But that's the
Tuesday filled with thanks. You know,
Filled with thanks.
it's a Tuesday that has thanks written all over it. And, you know, then a few moments ago, I found out that the Reverend Jesse Jackson had just passed, and it hit me like a bolt out of the blue. But in all, we're still thankful.
Yeah,
we're thankful for his life and for everything. You know, we're thankful to just have the chance to be at the bar. You know, like you said, some people would have muted our microphone if it wasn't intros. You know, but hey.
It's fine.
Hey.
Yes. Can I mute it? Yes. And I can still mute it. If you like, say what you're not supposed to say. I will mute it. I said what I said.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I was just coughing. I was coughing.
So
I was coughing.
No, you were not coughing. No, you were not coughing.
I was coughing.
Let it
There
be
was
known
something stuck
by
in
you and anybody else.
No matter, right.
If you say,
Hey.
if somebody comes and tells me, oh, this is the Dolupo weekend. Oh, I'm owning it with my full chest.
Oh, you haven't not owned it.
So
there hasn't been an argument of you not owning that.
Exactly. So there's no need for you to say it under your breath. Please say it, and I'm not going to dispute
I
it.
didn't say anything under my breath. My
I
throat was kind of
I'm
itchy, and I
owning
just
it.
coughed.
I'm not a. I've told you before.
I just coughed.
I'm not a nice person. I'm not planning to be. So please go ahead.
We accept you here at the Boomba for that.
I don't need your acceptance.
We accept that with all our flaws.
I don't need your acceptance,
fine.
and it's not a flaw.
All our flaws and
I don't have
foibles.
You know, we're all
I don't
human beings, so we just
no,
have to.
you know this. We had this conversation a few days ago.
Yeah, we did.
And someone said, I think it was what I said. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm Dolupo, just Dolupo. Thank you.
And the beauty of it is
The
that
real
it's a
Dolupo.
bar, so you guys can also join in and let us have your thoughts, especially when you have someone close to you confess openly their weaknesses.
I don't have weaknesses. I'm Dolupo. That's it.
That's another weakness.
It's not a weakness. It's not. It is what it is. Y'all can relate. You know.
I think I can.
No, you can't. I can't. Anyway, moving on from this, people are going to use your what's it called to derail the gist that I have today. Please. Let's do what we are doing. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's go straight into gist. All this Nigerian gist is going to take long. But you know what? Let's start. If it's taking too long, we'll pivot to something else and then we can come back. First things first, the the National Assembly, has approved 1.5 trillion naira army budget amid the rising insecurity. The honest truth is, with the insecurity that's happening in Nigeria, I don't think whatever budget that is brought forward, it's too much. The only problem is, I won't call it a problem. We've seen it in Nigeria. I hope that we don't see that again, where money that was
put into something
that was meant for something as defense, as volatile as defense, was, you remember the times of Dasuki Gate and all that, monies that were meant for soldiers and were meant for ammunition and all that was diverted into some people's pockets. Again, I say I hope that those things don't happen again. But does the former president Buhari, kudos to him, he kind of gave a bit of boost to the Nigerian military. There was a lot of they bought a lot of ammunition. I think even now put Nigeria, even in Africa, Nigeria's army in a new light and all that. So it's not bad at all. Again, I just hope that all these monies are put into good use.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think I'll just follow up on you with that. I think that's the case for almost every single instance that we have in the government putting budget for something and it's being used for something else. So especially with the insecurity rising in the past few years, I think it's very important that this budget actually goes to where it's supposed to go to.
Yeah, beyond budgeting, appropriation is actually, and the budget performance is actually of utmost importance. The budget is just a guide to say, okay, this is what we intend to do. The budget doesn't mean, oh, we want to spend 240 billion this year. Take 240 billion. No, that's not what happens. The most important aspect is the actualization of that budget. To say, oh, like the military will say, we want to acquire military hardware. We want to buy 100 APCs. We want to buy 14 tank carriers. We want to buy 14 attack helicopters. When you do all of this, then we look back a year after and say, budget performance, 80%, 100%. That's what Nigerians should even focus on, beyond the monies that they say they are collecting because they intend to. It's also more about the performance, because when you start to hear that, oh, some ministries didn't even get the monies that they budgeted for, that they didn't get the allocations, then you know there's a problem. If the Ministry of Health is supposed to get X amount that they don't get it, the Ministry of Sports is supposed to get and they don't get, what do you think is going to happen? Do you understand? Everything is stalled. And for this economy to move forward, for Nigeria to actually start empowering people, there has to be spending. You get, I'm not saying just throwing money at everything, but there has to be localized spending also. So how much of this budget is boosting the Nigerian economy? You're buying all the planes from outside Nigeria. I don't want to mention any company. You're buying all the choppers from outside Nigeria. Some Nigerian companies can create military grade equipment now. You get, we have some are even exporting already. You get, there's Proforce, you know, and 2 or 3 others in Nigeria who are actually doing stuff. Recently, one of Nigeria's unicorns is investing in a drone making company in Nigeria. That company, I think, has been able to raise over $40 million. So, and where do you think most of those drones are going? You get, I was watching a video today, zipline in Bayelsa, and they're delivering medicine to different local governments from one spot via drones in Bayelsa. You get, so if we invest in all of these things locally, it's going to boost the Nigerian economy, and that also speaks to security, because the number of people you can take off the streets reduces the number of willing tools in the hands of these miscreants and terrorists.
Exactly. So definitely we'll see where all that is going to. But still talking about a bit of defense. The defense headquarters has officially now confirmed, for people that were wondering, because we know that I think this was about a week or 2 ago, there were talks of U.S. troops landing in Nigeria, which well, maybe we'll say is a security thing, but defense headquarters does not, is almost like as if they're not on social media. Why I say so is, when people are talking about it, no, they would not have anything to say. Give it like 1 or 2 weeks after. They will not come and say, hey, what you people were saying, yeah, this is what
they'll wait for things to die down first before they can give their own testimony.
To be honest, they don't care about things dying down or not. They just follow their own pattern. Look, security is also about managing information. For instance, if they're going to strike somewhere and they're already telling you their location, you are a good guy. She is. I am. I'll share it with my friends and family. There's going to be this action in the evening. Please avoid that area. Are you also not informing the criminals that they are going after? So a lot of things happen where they don't give you information up front. You get. I remember a couple of years ago, one of the British princes, princes went on. He's a soldier, so he went on tour.
I think they're both soldiers.
Yeah, they're both soldiers.
The one that has more hair.
Yeah. yeah, the airy one. So, and with this particular tour that he went on, nobody knew until it was done. That was not the first time he was going on tour, and it was in Iraq and all those places in the trenches. Nobody knew. You know why? Because the military, of course, would not tell the whole world, but the media knew, and there was this silence about it. It's for his safety, because the instant that kind of high-profile person is in the trenches, it's gonna be a soft target.
Exactly.
And this is what it takes to manage information.
Yeah. So basically, they announced that they confirmed the arrival of 100 U.S. military personnel and equipment in Nigeria. They said they arrived at the Bauchi airfield, and basically what they came for was intelligence sharing, military training, and technical support.
And these are things that they've been doing before anyway. It's just that now it's probably more pronounced.
Yeah. So
it's not the first time.
So for people that were asking questions like 2 weeks ago, Defense Headquarters that has your time now. Just wanted to put it out there. Anyway, moving on from that quickly. House of Representatives apparently had a rowdy session today, and we're still going on about this Electoral Act. Now, one of the very interesting things that happened was because apparently they had already passed the bill earlier. There was no issue. But now, because the Senate had put a clause in the same act talking about how they can transfer electronically results electronically, except when there's no internet. Now they are now going back to say that, okay, so to them, the speaker today was now saying, do we change it to what the Senate says, or do we agree, or do we just stay with it? So that kind of, apparently the majority had said that they shouldn't change it, but people decided to go off on a tangent on that. So it almost seems like there's half and half. People think that they should go ahead with what the Senate did, or not go ahead, which in the real sense of it is really going to delay it, because by the time they both have to come up with, they will have to do the two bills, and they both have to harmonize it, meaning that they have to all be on the same page on everything. So if they don't get on the same page now, I think it's going to delay the passage of this bill generally.
Well, my own take on this is that you had already passed it.
Leave it, and when you get to Senate,
do you understand?
Have a conversation
you
about
had passed it. And normally, harmonization is actually between committees. It's not the whole house. It's not the committee of the whole. So what harmonization means is that this particular thing that we're both working on as the lower and upper house, you select members who will be in a committee. We will select members who will be in a committee. They will work together, harmonize, then bring it for the president to sign. It becomes one document, the same thing. So after you have passed your own, why are you now discussing it? When you passed it, did you guys not agree? Did the eyes not have it? Do you see? This is how politicians cause trouble for themselves. You had already passed it. But because there was a lot of hue and cry on the streets, and you don't know if you are even being manipulated by the opposition. You don't know if you are being manipulated by some unscrupulous people. You don't. But I understand, because the way governance is structured, we all cannot take decisions at the same time. So it is with the hope that there is a president and his cabinet, then there's the House, which is directly representing you and me, supposed to be. You get? So I have a senator, I have a House of Rep member, I have a House of Assembly member, who are all supposed to be representing me there. Yeah. So their decisions should be mine. But even within our own community, we all don't agree. Yeah. So at the end of the day, who are they representing? Who are they speaking for?
Anyway, I'm talking about the rowdy session. There was also a rowdy session also in the Senate as well. There were quite a number of back and forth. So there was a motion to rescind the bill that was formally seconded. What they were saying was that, so some people in the House, I think headed by Senator Abaribe, was talking about drawing attention to this same clause that is causing rancor. But we know that the Senate has already passed it anyway. I think fortunately and unfortunately for him, the Senate president was not there. So the plenary was headed by the Deputy Senate President. Deputy Senate President then went ahead and said, nope, we cannot rescind something that the Senate President had already passed and moved on from. Apparently, there was a little bit of a face-off between two senators, Senator Abaribe and I think Sunday Karimi, on that matter as well. But as we speak, there's a bit of breaking news that the Senate has passed the bill that they have already passed before, and they're not going back on it now. So what we're waiting for now is the harmonization of both of them. We're not going to see is it what was passed in the Senate that is going to be passed to the president, or what was passed for the House of Representatives.
When you are elected into the House, Fola, you're elected into the House as a House of Rep member, as a senator, and they are taking these decisions, especially the ones that have to do with electoral reforms, especially. And before they got to this stage, they went around different states and different cities. Don't you think, as an House of Rep member, the most sensible thing to do was to go back to your people and call a meeting? Yeah. Call a town hall meeting. You know that, look, this is what we're discussing, and it would be nice to have you people see if we're all on the same page. And those the kind of things that should be happening. Do you understand? Yeah. So when you go back to Abuja, this is what my people want to, because it is called House of Representative for a reason. You are called a rep for a reason. You are representing the good people of XYZ village and town and city. Same for the senators. But a lot of times these guys are playing the game based on their party affiliations and their personal issues. And that's why we're here. Again, after all said and done, whether you consulted your people or not, you have ascended to something, you have agreed to something, you have voted. And because remember that they, I think it was last week, they actually had an emergency session over this matter as well, after something they had already passed, and then they passed again, and then you are back and forth. Let's not do that. Why are we doing that?
Let's not be back and forth. So looks like now there is going to be an Electoral Act of 2026. Also, I know that, I don't know if they officially passed that one, but one other conversation I think that was brought up in the Senate today, I think by the Senate leader, was the matter that we talked about yesterday about having 360 days before the you have to have 365 days announcement between when you announce and when the election. There has to be a 1 year announcement period. So what they're saying now is also still going on about, it's going to be Ramadan time, and it might actually see that a lot of people, it might cause a bit of voter apathy and all that. I don't agree with it, but there's not really been a conversation about it yet. But since they passed the whole bill, I'm sure they've agreed on something. So when we see the harmonized bill, then maybe we can now say, okay, did they reduce the timing? Did they?
As a Nigerian, we discussed it yesterday, so I don't want to spend time on it today. But I am not a Muslim. I'm not going to claim I know more than Muslims. But how does Ramadan prevent you from voting for one day? Like, as a voter, you wake up early in the morning for sahur, right?
Yeah.
And it's early, and it has to be done before 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something. We use time in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't do sunrise or sunset. It's time.
Yeah.
So before 5, you should have had sahur.
Yeah.
You can go back to sleep. It's a Saturday morning, Abi. Then at some point you wake up and go to the nearest polling unit, wherever it is that you are supposed to vote. You vote. You stay around to protect your vote. You get the result and go back home, or you go home, and you have someone tell you, "Oh, when they're about to count, let me know."
When they're done, we know there's a time that
there's always a time
stops.
where voting stops and all of that. So as a voter, I struggle to see how it affects your voting. That's one. Two, as a worker who is a Muslim, I also struggle to see how maybe being an INEC ad hoc staff or INEC full staff or a monitoring person, how does it affect?
Yeah, because if you're really an essential worker, essential worker or not, for those maybe 28, 29 or 30 days, same for Christians, you're going to work. It's not affecting your work anyway. So, but see, someone has said it in Nigeria that if Nigerian system, if you understand it.
Fola, what's your take on this? I don't honestly.
I think I agree with both of you. It doesn't have any. It doesn't stop you from voting. It doesn't stop you from working. I think regular Ramadan, we go about doing our normal business. So using this as an excuse to not vote, it doesn't really
on a day where there's no activities other than voting.
Remember that.
Apart from the boys that are playing football on the street, there's nothing happening.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see where that matter, because I know this matter has not ended. There's the harmonization before it gets to the president, but I know that this has to be done quickly for INEC's sake, because
that window is closing.
Yes, that window is closing. If there's, or else we're going to still stick with the 2022 Act for the 2027 elections. Anyway, it was announced yesterday evening actually that Nigeria's inflation has eased to 15.1%, and I think it was down from 15.15% in December of 2025 to 15.10% in January. The only thing that keeps popping up in my head when I see these numbers is, do I think that stuff is cheaper?
Cheaper now, yeah.
The honest truth, some things are actually.
Like? Some
things are cheaper. Pepper, I tried to buying a bit of pepper yesterday. It wasn't as expensive as the last time I remember buying it. However, one thing that maybe I can say that I really, really noticed was that during December, which normally prices are like astronomical, it did not. We didn't have that huge increase in price, and we see those things as is normal when it's Christmas. Those things happen. Yeah. But another thing that keeps popping up in my head is that I remember even here at the bar when the president had announced that the inflation was going to drop to 15%, and at that point the inflation was like 30-something%. It didn't seem like. I was
it
like,
was possible.
what is
it was
this
around
man,
this time last year.
What is
like,
this man
why are you setting
saying?
yourself
like,
up?
why are you setting yourself up? Yeah. But here we are. In fact, if I can remember, I think it was around. It was May. It was.
Yeah, it was around
Democracy
early,
Day.
It was early last year.
I think it was Democracy Day or something that he announced it or something. Either January or Democracy Day, that kind of thing in that window. And I'm like, we actually talking about like, what is this man doing or what's his plan? But voila.
But Fola, let me ask you. Dolupo has said our own bit, our own reality. Fola, what's your reality? Around this time last year, inflation, the numbers were 30-something%. Now it's 15.10%. But your reality, honestly, do you see
a difference?
This, yeah.
I wouldn't say I've seen much of a difference, because I think it's all about price regulation, because when we go to, especially in this estate, you can go to 3 different stores and buy one particular product, and all of them have different prices.
Oh yes.
So I think there has to be a way to regulate the prices to a point where every single store has the same price.
So we all
same
feel
product.
This thing that you said. I remember there was like 2 weeks ago. Literally just did an experiment with someone. It was a pack of milk.
Dano. Just buy Dano.
It was even peak milk. This was even peak milk. And then in one store it was 4,000 naira. Stopped at the second store to buy something else and just asked.
Yeah.
And the person said 4,002. Another store said 4,002. Oh, okay, looks like. But even though the other store sells really cheap stuff, I'm like, okay, it's not so bad. Then stopped at the 4th store and they called their own 4,600.
I can't. I don't want to say the store. I think I know the store, but I don't want to say it. It's fine.
It was shocking. Like, you say, okay, 4,002 is not so bad.
Yeah.
Like 600 naira difference. And one thing I would say is the person selling at 4,000 has already made a profit. Don't think that they are doing you a favor. They're not. And so I think I agree with it. It also maybe the price regulation if it comes in. Yeah. Because you will probably buy the same quantity of pepper you will buy, let's say, in OPIC. It's not the same thing you buy in Mile 12.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing you will buy in K2.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing you will buy in Lekki Phase 1.
Yeah.
Same quantity of stuff. So yes, maybe we can those kind of things might also be determinant.
Yeah. So as a serious government, as a president, as a governor, minister that is going to need to ask for votes this time next year.
Yeah.
How do you make this work? You have put things in place that cause price to fall. Then what do? Do you just sit back, fold your hands, and say, let the price, because now, you said something that was very germane, something that is like a light bulb moment, and that's what I was holding in. So when you said it, I nodded. You do everything. You try to make sure that that they started giving out those tractors that they bought. There's this 20,000 or 10,000 tractors. About half of them are they're giving it out to people willy-nilly. They have trackers on those things and all of that. You have to use them. You can't sell them. A lot of things in place. And you know what tractors mean? It means more production. More food production.
So we have a comment. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Sheye Farapojo. I'm so sorry. I know for a fact that I have destroyed that. I'm so sorry for that. I'm really sorry. He says greed is the problem of prices.
Sir.
And I'm
assuming you're a man. Sir. Dolupo, sorry. Carry on. Sorry.
I totally agree with you. I was going to say something, so please, with what you were saying.
Yeah.
I saw a video a few days ago. So apparently, when the president was campaigning, there's a video where, the man did a lot of interviews, and he did, maybe not interviews that people wanted, but he did a lot of going around talking to a lot of groups of people. And I remember one video that I saw a few days ago that someone had popped up. I think they were talking about price control, and the president posted a video where the president now, when he was campaigning, apparently had talked about how he doesn't believe in price control. So if we're dealing with someone that doesn't believe in price regulation, not price control, price regulation, are we really going to ever see those things?
So this is it. We're not saying you should control prices. We're also even not saying you should regulate prices. We're saying you should regulate the system in a way to reduce the greed. Do you understand? The greed. So create a system that rewards the honest and punishes the greedy. And how is that? For instance, market surveys. Like you did a market survey. You've done your market survey on milk. If government, even if it means outsourcing it to the private sector, let us get the prices based on production, the cost of logistics, distribution, and the unit cost on the shelf. And you look at people who are doing it to make sure that people can buy, and you invest in them more. Do you understand? You patronize them. You give them awards. You blow them up. what that does is that they have more sales than the shop that's trying to exploit everybody.
Yeah.
This is the same government that gave free CNG conversion kits worth millions to different vehicles. Uber drivers got it. There's CNG Keke Marwa out there. There are
Yellow
CNG powered buses.
Buses got
But guess what? The CNG powered bus is charging the same as the petrol powered bus. Why is that? If you are spending 200 and something or less than 200 naira to the equivalent of my 845 naira, why are you charging the same? Do you get? So it really doesn't make sense for you to try and bring the cost of something down, and you cannot create a system that would eliminate or reduce. We can't eliminate greed.
It's not possible.
But the person that dropped that comment just hit the nail on the head. Suddenly, rent has gone crazy. Houses that were built when cement was 500 naira per bag, they're charging a arm and a leg now. So if you say you don't believe in regulation, if you say you are not going to look into it, the people who are suffering, all a politician needs to do is to promise them that now. If I am in the opposition, I'm going to start talking about it. That, look, the government made things hard, and now, even if they say they have brought inflation down,
it's not reflecting.
It's not reflecting.
Yeah.
I will make it reflect. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Don't even let us go. Let's go and talk about the horrible kind of opposition that Nigeria is.
We don't have opposition because they're not bright.
They are not. I agree.
They're not bright.
Brightness is far from them.
There's
so many things to actually talk about.
Opposition people
is they don't want to let me. They don't want me to contest, and I will contest.
Forces are against me.
Forces are against
really.
They are the ones that are scratching our party.
Is that how to do
opposition? The conversation that
Look,
we have.
Where are the
People
pain
that are not
points?
bright.
Where are the pain points? The pain points are that even for car users, petrol is expensive.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
The pain points are that some of us want to convert to CNG, but to cough out almost 2 million naira at one fell swoop is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, you have credit card. Okay, why don't I know that credit card can help me do my conversion and I'll pay small? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pain points are that parents cannot send their children to school. You know, there are parents who have had to take decisions that of 4 children, only one will go now. Let the others stay at home. Oh, there's nail fund. Oh, so the nail fund allows you to send your children to school and they'll pay later. So, but at the end of the day, the pain points and the solutions, people don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't know.
It's very interesting. Anyway, we'll definitely see where all that will go to. We really hope our point at the end of the day is that people can feel is this
inflation dropping
conversations.
Let it get to the micro.
Yes, it's not just about numbers, that people can actually say, oh, this is what it is, and we can really see it happening. Sheye also, sorry if I just call you Sheye, I'm so sorry, has also said the government needs more investors to start coming in to break the market.
Totally. See, sensible drop right here on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those comments.
These are the solutions. These are the things that we need.
Yes, I agree.
Guys, just picture, you mentioned 2 milk brands. I'm not going to mention them again. But picture if we have maybe 2 more of those kind of factories situated in Nigeria, sourcing everything locally. There's going to be a price drop because the glut definitely drives down the cost.
The cost. Anyway, moving on from that, just wanted to put this out there. The health ministry has now ordered every single department and agency under it to retire every long-standing director. Apparently, according to the civil service system, once you become a director, you can't be a director for more than 8 years.
8 years.
You're either moving up as PS, which is not everywhere, or you get retired as a director. So now there's an immediate retirement of everybody that is a director that has spent more than 8 years. Come on, be going.
There's a lot of nonsense that has happened in Nigeria's public sector.
Yeah, but
you get
a lot of times people don't know. We don't know this.
This is like cleaning up things now.
At least that way, new people can come in. People can move up.
There was a time that there was a freeze on employment into the public sector. They said they were not employing. You can Google it. No employment into public sector. Do you expect everybody to go into the private sector? No.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? When there is unemployment, there is problem.
Yeah.
Oh, huge problem.
There is problem.
Huge
Now, when you
problem.
clear out, even if it's just if it's all the ministries that go back to the book, that's space for more people
to
to
move
come
in
up.
Yeah.
and more people to now
be
be employed.
employed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Moving on from that quickly. Let's go on to there's quite a number of conversations that we're going to talk about, but because our time is fast spent, the NCDC has confirmed 165 Lassa fever cases. Please, people need to be careful. It's something that I totally believe in that a lot of these pandemics or epidemics that we talk about, hygiene is the basis of most of it. Hygiene is the basis of it. You hear Ebola, we talk COVID, Lassa is basically hygiene. Please, let's be careful the kind of things that we do, kind of things we eat and all that. Now let's move on to a very interesting conversation that a lot of people have been talking about.
Apart from that, she's moving, but let me just really say, well, the conspiracy theorists also talk about some of those things being cooked up in a lab somewhere. I'm just saying what they say.
I'm not saying that some of those things are not cooked up.
It's not about
but
you.
The transmission of it is basically.
You see, now we're going to dwell. I don't.
No, we're not dwelling on it.
Exactly.
We don't
So
have
move.
time.
I'm just saying that let them know we are also aware.
Who are you? I'm not
That-
aware. Oh,
that-
I'm not aware.
But you just confirmed it.
I'm not aware.
Okay, I am aware
I'm
of the
not aware.
discussions that there are
Okay,
allegations.
Discussions. Okay.
Yeah, I am aware of the discussions that there are allegations that some of those things are also cooked up somewhere. These are allegations.
Anyway, talking about allegations, there's been allegations against former Governor El-Rufai about a 432 billion naira probe by the EFCC. We know that this matter, in fact, if anybody has been following this matter, the State House of Assembly has really been on his case since they came into power over 2 years ago. So it's not a new conversation. However, the man seems to have a lot of conversation, a lot of things hanging over his head now. Now the EFC has a case against him. The DSS we talked about
ICPC.
yesterday, ICPC has against him. Now they're actually private citizens.
They also have
There
issues
seems to
with
be
him.
an issue with there's a coalition of people now that are talking about things that happened when he was governor. They've seen two different people, apparently very popular people. In fact, one of them is a music director, and Audu Mekori, the chairman
Chalk
of
City.
Chalk City. Yeah, you'll be wondering, what does he have to do with El-Rufai?
Yeah.
Exactly. So apparently, when he was governor, I think Audu Mekori is from Kaduna.
Aldo had criticized them
He had
openly
criticized him openly, and then he was
via Twitter.
he was called. He was invited by the police. The police invited him. He was supposed to delete those things. He deleted it, and apparently he was then picked up again. And it seemed what he calls a level of persecution. There's quite a lot of allegations he had against him. There's another person.
Aldo said that when the police investigated, they let him go, but it was still picked up again. And he's alleging that it was Nasir El-Rufai that was behind it.
Yeah, that quite a number of people that have had.
Stephen Kefferson.
Yes, Stephen Kefas has also come out to. In fact, he too also had an interview in another TV station this morning talking about things that he had happened. I saw an interview. Another person I talked about where the former governor had alleged that the former governor of Kaduna State, Ganduje, was involved. Kano. Former governor of Kano, Ganduje, was involved in the disappearance of a particular person, Dadiyata. And now they're asking that since you claim that you know that this person was involved, it's time to come and release the evidence that you have. And
because Dadiyata has been missing for over 7 years now.
Yes, I think it's in a couple of days. It's going to be 8 years that the man has been missing. So it's a very interesting thing. There's a video that popped up where where he had vehemently said, as far back as 2014, and said that if he leaves the APC, he will retire from politics.
You know, that's why politicians should not be taken that serious. He not only left the APC, he first went to another party before he went to the ADC.
There's also another old video where he had talked about how when he fights with people, somebody has to end up dying, and they should go and ask Yar'Adua.
Oh, he referenced the former president that died.
That, you see, somebody has to go
That's
like that. They never let go.
Well, but it's the videos.
So that's it just
Same
to
guy.
me.
I think
It seems like the bad just likes.
Same
he
guy.
just speaks without thinking of the consequence.
Same guy.
That's what it feels like.
He has no filter. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Same guy.
and
Same
he's
guy.
probably gotten away with it for too long.
Too long.
Talked about how during elections, and they said they were going to send election monitoring people from outside Nigeria, and same guy is alleged to have said something about those people living in body bags. Oh yeah, it's there. It's
So
all-
now-
This is
everything.
a politician speaking like
a
this.
former
You
governor,
know what?
a former
Just
minister,
Google
a former governor.
El-Rufai body bags election. Just Google it.
So
Google
now-
it as you're there.
So now the
Google
conversation now
El-Rufai
goes
body
back.
bag election.
Now, to me, the conversation
waiting
now
on you.
goes back to what the Senate saw, because remember that when he went for screening for the ministerial screening, what they kept on happening was that the DSS did not clear him
Yeah,
due to security
yeah.
issues. Now, after all this, even if I'm not DSS,
You still go detain.
do you understand?
Have you seen anything?
It's very, very interesting when you see these things. Now, the crux of the matter today is that yesterday he had been invited a few days ago by the EFCC. The EFCC, he went willingly yesterday. There were actually protests. Apparently, people followed him there, and people were talking about how it is unfair that the EFCC is now a tool of the government. I think from the inception of the EFCC, there's always been an allegation against them, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So they talked about it. There was the conversation of
Gesticulating.
I'm seeing it on February the 5th, 2019. It was on NTA live, and insinuated that election observers were at risk of returning
Please,
home in body bags
Speaking to the microphone.
if they attempted to interfere with the elections.
Dolupo has a comment.
Please proceed.
Anyway,
NTA.
Shaya also has another comment. Says, I believe it's still in the SDP.
Yeah, that was the name I was trying to remember. Thank you. So he left APC. He said he would never leave. He went to SDP and he's still in ADC.
Can I ask Shaya, please, why do you think it's still in the SDP though?
He is, because at the last elections that they did, that runoff elections that they did, the feedback was vote SDP, vote ADC. We talked about it here at the bar.
I know, but I think it's fully in the ADC now. I just want to know why you think that it's
good
still
question,
in the SDP though.
Good question.
It's good to see
Fola
some
has
of this thing.
his
Fola,
hand-
please say something.
I remember yesterday you said that you admired El-Rufai.
I
She
did.
did.
So I'm
Okay.
I'm
so
wondering
let me
now.
Let me give you.
Someone that turns off our mic, they must have something in common.
Are you serious right now? Really? In fact, he wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
I had an era of reading a lot of
Bad books.
biographies and
Yeah.
autobiographies in Nigerian. Funny enough, if you read some of this book, they're actually very interesting. So I sat down, huge book, Accidental Public Servant, and it was about when he was minister, how he became minister of the FCT, what he did, and all that. Very interesting book. Like, that's how much I would. From maybe before last year, I think that if he had written another book, I would have read it. Yes. Yes.
I'm not going to knock
I
people for
understand
their
that.
choices. We almost argued here about him.
That's why I would. That's why I'm saying, like, it's the only reason why I'm not shocked is that I'm in my mode of everybody's human, so I'm not going to be disappointed by whatever you do. That's the only reason why I'm not shocked. But it is wild, actually. It's wild that these things are coming out
These
about
are
this person.
inhumane statements.
Oh yeah.
Very much
Oh yeah.
inhumane
Oh yeah.
statements.
There's more. I pointed you in that direction. There are statements that he made during one of the elections. I think it was the 2023 elections, and where he was talking about the reasons for backing some people and why one religion would always have credence over another religion, and how he was able to pick his deputy without caring about any other religion. And there's a lot of things that you don't say out loud.
I think there's a problem of us
it.
not taking these things seriously.
No, but you guys are the ones.
Because abroad, you can't come out on live television
I think
and say
that
these
for
things.
someone like him,
and
there's been, if you go into a little bit of deep dive of a lot of these citizens of this coalition, the kind of things that they're alleging against him, I think that whether we like it or not, there is a system in, and I'm not trying to maybe put anybody down, anybody's tribe down. There is almost a systematic wiring more in the north, or would I say more in the Fulani angle of the fact that you can do some certain things, especially maybe if you're part of the elite and you can get away with it. Because I think that's the only reason why you will say some of these things categorically. You if you don't think that you're going to get away with it, I don't think you will say it, even if you're thinking it.
Is it his birthday yesterday or today again? I think
it was yesterday, and even the president actually said him a birthday message. Yeah,
politics.
It was his birthday.
Politics.
It was expected at the EFCC. According to reports, he's still at the EFCC.
But did he get a cake though?
Happy birthday, El-Rufai.
It's not too late.
Shout out to
happy birthday.
Shout out to you, El-Rufai.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
But would I say that I'm a tad bit disappointed?
Wishing you long life.
It's no, that's why I said that. I'm not shocked. He's a human being, but he's wild.
It's insane.
That insane. People can actually go and. Anybody that really follows El-Rufai, he actually comes off as someone that is a very intelligent, brilliant person.
Yeah, you can't be intelligent and also a villain.
Because I had this conversation with you a few hours ago when I was saying that before the matter with the Senate, the president was literally begging him to be in his cabinet. Are you saying that the president also didn't know this part of him?
He didn't know this much. That's the truth.
So if the president does not know, who am I?
Fair enough.
You're sounding like a fanboy now.
Of who?
Of El-Rufai.
Was I a fan? Yes, I was.
Yeah. She will go beat me up.
I'm not gonna,
right here at the bar.
I'm not going to say I wasn't, but
she will go beat me up.
It's just wild. The things, And then the funny thing is that something that my mom used to say, that when the first person calls you a goat, second person calls you a goat, a third person calls you a goat, maybe it's time to check yourself. Are you sure you don't have goat-like tendencies?
Look in the mirror.
Do you understand? So now when you now hear so many things that they sound alike of what you said, things people said you did.
Even apart from the people saying it, he came on live television and said this.
So it's kind of, do you understand? It's also kind of very funny. Shaya also says he was playing the president and NSA cast him to president. Okay, he was playing the president and then NSA cast him to the president. Oh, that was it. That was it. Possible.
There's an angle there. There's an angle there because at some point this person said, "You have to be in my government." Then at some point when they were pushing back, the
president left it alone.
Yeah.
He just left it. He just left it actually.
So no excuses though. There will always be ups and downs and everything. But now everything seems to be going
out in the open.
Yeah. And so it's up to him now to navigate this. One, the case of the 400 and something billion. Two, the stories of how he claims that they tapped the phone of the National Security Advisor. Then the other issues of being ultra vires, against a whole lot of people. There's a list of about 20 people and organizations that we know. Oh yeah, that is actually out there in the open, who are actually at loggerheads with him. Then there's the entire Southern Kaduna people who have something else to say.
That one is another conversation. Anyway, our time is fast spent. I wanted us to move on and talk about something else before we quickly do a bit of sports. Now, there's a very sad story of a supposed Nigerian that was a 22-year-old Nigerian that died in South Africa after 3 people killed him. Now, the story basically is about how there's a cab hailing service, and you know when everybody talks about cab hailing services, everybody talks about their own safety. Nobody really refers to the safety of those drivers as well, because people that they don't know get into their vehicles. So what they're saying is that they ordered a cab. One of them got into the cab, and then the others followed in a different vehicle. Two of them followed in a different vehicle, and then they ordered him to stop at some point. Basically strangled him, stole his phone and his car.
So they didn't know there was a dash cam.
You
know, they're that stupid, they're that dumb. They didn't know that there was a dash cam in that vehicle. Sadly, it happens to be a 22-year-old Nigerian student.
The sad part for me is, dash cam or not, somebody has died.
I think if you had seen this news on Twitter like I did, the saddest part is the fact that there were South Africans in the comments trying to justify the killing. They were saying that he shouldn't have been there in the first place. That is his fault for doing.
No, they're blaming him.
They were literally blaming him.
He shouldn't have been where.
They're saying that he had no business driving a cab.
Why?
They said he stole someone's identity. They said all sorts of things. I saw it the way you saw it on Twitter. I saw it. So the South Africans who actually feel that it's justified that he was killed. Meanwhile, in fairness to South Africans, there are a lot of South Africans who were pushing back and telling them, you guys are dumb. Look, this is not how to do things. A lot of people, and this is where the problem lies.
That's just not even dumb. That's just wicked.
No, a lot of people don't understand one thing about life. It's funny that some of you have never left your countries. So you think it's utopia. And the people who come are lesser than you. That's what you think. But you also have people from your country in other countries. And if they get treated like that, you will fight. You will rise. However, there are Nigerians who have soiled the name of Nigeria in South Africa. This man is not one of them. There are Nigerians who are actually drug dealers, who are bad people.
Such a young,
but this was a hard-working student who was within the confines of the law, was doing legitimate work.
It's just really, really sad.
Some miscreants decided to end his life because they wanted to steal his car and his phone and all of that.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
I do not know what the South African law is for this type of offense, but I hope they get the highest punishment ever possible.
I know that there was a report from Nigerians in diaspora going on about how they're on this matter and they're asking for justice for the Nigerian. But it's so sad. The 22-year-old that's just basically started.
Their Nigerian government fix our schools, fix our government, fix everything so that the few people who travel will travel because they want to. Let it be more about that what you want to go and get anywhere. You get better.
I agree with that, but you know that there will always be people that would.
And that's why I said the few people who travel. But I don't have a problem with immigration. I don't have a problem with people seeking the golden fleece or looking for ivory towers everywhere. But many people are leaving because of problems, not majorly because it's their will. If you fix Unilag and University of Ife, and which is now Obafemi Awolowo University, and then all the schools in the east, you know, the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Bayero University. If you fix all those schools, fix them to the level where people from outside Nigeria will come like they used to. Fewer Nigerians, and we are plenty. There are too many Nigerians. Atikpoju. I'm saying let us fix our country. That's all I'm begging for.
All right, let's move on quickly from that, and let's just go through a bit of sports. First things first, like I said when I started, FIFA is very wicked. They had announced yesterday that
FIFA did not announce. It's people that were carrying rumors
that they were going
you should leave FIFA alone.
An announcement yesterday. As much as a lot of people don't care, I realized most Nigerians actually do care about that matter.
So did you see a statement for FIFA saying they were going to release news yesterday?
Anyway, they did not release the news yesterday. Everybody held on.
A whole news person.
A lot of people held on to it, waiting for it. Nothing happened. As I speak, there's still no conversation about it. So we're going to see if this matter is going to be dragged up. But the truth is,
it feels disgusting.
It actually
tiring.
Because it's in a few because
we're begging for it
because of the World Cup playoffs is happening in a few weeks in March. So these things have to be resolved quickly. Folabi Awojobi says, unfortunately, death penalty in SA isn't very long. They may even get out in less than 5 years.
Oh wow! So you see, and that's why I said I don't know their laws. Thank you.
Thank you for that
clarity. It's crazy how, in search of the golden fleece, like I said, I don't have a problem with immigration. I don't. But is it fair? Now, four. You know, there were 3 that were arrested. The 4th guy ran away. He finally gave himself up. They're going to charge him also. You're saying 4 or 5 years. These guys could be out on the street. Now, this boy, if you go and check this boy's background, his parents must have raised money. They must have done a lot of things to send him to South Africa, to school, so that when he graduates, his degree.
Yeah. Anyway, we really need to move on from this matter. Shaye says, I love you guys from England. Oh, thank you very, very much.
Trust me, we love you too.
Thank you very much.
And like they say on Twitter, no homo. We love you.
Anyway, quickly from that, Champions League is here. Champions League is here. The playoffs are here actually.
It's Champions League playoffs, so don't mind this one.
But it's Champions League football,
Champions League is Champions League.
Benfica and Real Madrid is happening.
I beg.
It's going to be,
you know?
The real Champions League people are already waiting.
That's not fair.
These are the Sareko days.
That's not fair.
Don't do
this
that.
happened with PSG. PSG played playoffs last season and they ended up winning.
And they became a real Champions League person.
But they were in this situation that are ridiculing right now.
This is Champions League playoff. Put playoff there. Let's not waste time. Please.
Anyway, today there's going to be Galatasaray Juventus. We're going to be seeing that. We'll see
Gala Juventus. I like Gala.
Juventus win.
I like Gala now.
Dortmund
like
Atalanta. Please, I hope Dortmund flogs Atalanta very well.
Dortmund and who?
Dortmund is no fit to do that.
With our Tatambi, we are not selling any pepper. Shout out to Dortmund, man. Do it for us.
Monaco, PSG.
PSG are winning.
French.
Sorry, guys.
We did not say that they are doing that.
Don't worry.
Okay, they are both French clubs, so
PSG is winning.
You know what? We don't care.
PSG is winning.
Benfica, Real Madrid. I think this is actually like
this is the
game everybody wants to see today.
You know when
after the other flogging, we don't want to know if that's gonna happen again.
When we were young in Surulere and we used to go play all this jam football, this one is what we call Eyilawawo.
This is the real match of the night.
Anyway, Karabakh, Newcastle at this point. Newcastle maybe has to give the they are in the playoffs, so
I want Newcastle will beat them. Newcastle will beat them.
Anyway, Olympiacos, Leverkusen.
We don't care.
Inter Milan, Bodo Glimt. Inter Milan is except there's something wrong with your brain. Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge.
Atletico Madrid.
Easy Atletico. Come on.
Please, is Demola going to play?
After flogging that they got over the weekend.
No, is he cup tied?
I don't.
Is Ademola cup tied?
Okay, he
plays for Atlanta.
He played for Atalanta. Okay, it's very possible. We don't know yet. Maybe it's
let's look.
It switches. Check. Maybe it switches once you get.
Check if Demola is cup
tied.
Oh,
maybe not. You know why? Because after the league phase, you know you can re-register a few new players. So I think that he might actually be able to play.
I was watching an interview, and Mola in Spain means cool. And the interviewer asked them, do you know what Mola means? He said, yeah, I know, cool. Because that boy is cool, and we have your back there, Mola.
Anyway, I'm still talking about fixtures. The FA Cup fixtures dropped yesterday, the 5th round fixtures. And the interesting one,
the one-sided fixtures.
I think it's a bit one-sided, but it happens to everybody. These days, looks like Newcastle and Man City are playing a game.
Yeah, well, whatever happens, yeah.
At least it's not an easy fixture for them.
That's the only tough.
That's the only tough one at the moment. Leeds and Norwich, maybe these ones will fight start.
I beg now.
Liverpool and Wolves.
I beg now.
Wolves, do it for me, please.
Tolu Aroko Dares and Wolves.
West Ham, Brentford. There's Mansfield, Arsenal.
Can you
West
not-
Ham,
can you
Chelsea.
not- Mansfield.
See, you know what they are doing? They are making Arsenal the Man City now.
Wow.
Because Man City.
Yeah, this used to be Man
they'll be
City.
collecting.
They're collecting all
Sky
sorts
bets.
of
Man
Then there's Fulham, Southampton. This might also not be a very easy.
I think Fulham is still
fixture,
going to pull
actually.
through.
But
Yeah, I think
Mansfield,
so.
yeah.
I've never heard of Mansfield before.
Wow.
Mansfield.
You know, I was really.
Is
I
that a
think
club?
Is that a club?
you people are just being.
It's okay, it's
You
fine.
people are you're not nice.
It's Women's Field they should
You
bring.
people are not
I'm not expecting 4-0 this time. Oh.
like
You have to
10-0.
spell
If Arsenal cannot
Mansfield.
spell Mansfield,
Ha.
shame. They should be thrown out of the FA Cup.
Anyway, on that note, that is all we have to take today on the
Really?
pod. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Subscribe.
West African time.
Like,
Thank you so much for the
Share.
comments. We're
Comments.
here. We'll be here again tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. Peace.